I mean, if this is a tunnel, it's an aha moment.
Yeah.
It'd be huge.
It is huge.
It means that there might have been something that Mr. Ball chose to keep secret.
Imagine standing on a windswept shore, waves crashing against jagged rocks, knowing that somewhere beneath your feet lies one of the greatest mysteries in history. For more than 200 years, treasure hunters have come to Oak Island, digging, drilling, and searching for answers. Legends of buried gold, sacred relics, and secret tunnels have fueled their obsession. But now, something extraordinary has been uncovered. After years of relentless drilling, sonar scans, and cutting-edge research, Rick and Marty Lagina and their team have made a discovery that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about Oak Island. Hidden deep underground, a secret tunnel, perfectly intact and leading somewhere unknown. This isn't another collapsed shaft or a dead-end chamber. This is different. Detected by advanced ground-penetrating radar, the tunnel appears to be centuries old, perhaps even dating back to the time of the original Money Pit discovery in 1795. The Lagina brothers have always believed that beneath Oak Island lies a network of tunnels, an elaborate system designed to hide something of immense value. Could this be the path that finally leads to the legendary treasure? Rick, ever the historian, is captivated by the idea that this tunnel could be part of a larger network built to protect priceless artifacts. Marty, the engineer, focuses on the construction, analyzing how it was built and what purpose it may have served. Two different approaches, but one shared belief. This could be the biggest find in Oak Island's history. As the team prepares to excavate, theories swirl wildly. Some experts believe it may lead to a chamber filled with gold, jewels, or even ancient relics from civilizations long forgotten. Others whisper about the Knights Templar, rumored to have hidden their treasure on Oak Island centuries ago. But there is danger here too. The island is infamous for its booby traps. Tunnels designed to flood or collapse, thwarting anyone who dares disturb its secrets. The team knows they must move carefully, using remote cameras, sonar imaging, and every bit of modern technology to map the tunnel before stepping inside. As the first camera lowers into the darkness, silence fills the room. On the screen, shadows dance along walls, lined with rough-hewn wood and stone. Suddenly, a marking appears, carved deep into the beam, a cross, but not just any cross, a design eerily similar to those linked to the Knights Templar. Could this be the confirmation the team has waited for? The deeper the team investigates, the more questions arise. Who built this tunnel? Why was it hidden so carefully? And most importantly, what lies at its end? Every clue brings them closer to an answer, but also closer to danger. The weight of history presses on them, because if this is the tunnel that finally cracks the mystery of Oak Island, it will be one of the most significant discoveries in modern history. So what lies at the end of this tunnel? A fortune in treasure? Priceless historical artifacts? Or yet another heartbreaking dead end? The answers are coming, and you won't want to miss what happens next. If you're fascinated by Oak Island's hidden secrets and want to follow every twist in this incredible journey, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and join us as we uncover the truth, one discovery at a time. As the cameras roll and the excavation pushes deeper, the Oak Island team expands its search toward the swamp's eastern border, a location long whispered about in local legends. Here, amid twisted roots and waterlogged soil, archaeologist Dr. Aaron Taylor and Miriam Emerald work side by side with geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner and metal detecting expert Gary Drayton. Their goal? To uncover what lies beneath a series of ancient stone walkways and what appears to be the remnants of a hidden cellar feature. It's Gary and David who make the first breakthrough. Sweeping their detectors along a crumbling wall, a faint signal pierces through the static, strong, steady, and unmistakable. "There's something big under here," Gary mutters, eyes fixed on the reading. With cautious hands, the team begins to dig, and soon the earth gives way to an astonishing sight. A massive caster wheel buried deep in the muck, preserved for centuries. The discovery stuns the team. Gary, crouched beside the artifact, speculates aloud. "This wheel, it's not from modern equipment. This had to be part of a tunneling project, maybe even linked to the original builders." The theory sends a ripple of excitement through the group. Could this be tangible proof of an organized effort to move treasure underground? But another question looms. Who left it here? Was it the mysterious depositors, centuries ago, who constructed Oak Island's labyrinth of tunnels? Or could it have been later searchers, equally desperate to uncover the island's secrets? With no immediate answers, the team carefully secures the wheel for further study. It's a clue, perhaps even a missing piece of the puzzle, and they know it must not be lost. Meanwhile, the shoreline investigation yields more than anyone expected. Using his trusty metal detector, Gary Drayton makes not one, but two remarkable discoveries. The first is small, yet significant, a button from a 17th century officer's uniform. Though its exact origin remains unclear, some believe it hints at a military presence on the island, possibly tied to a buried secret guarded fiercely for generations. Moments later, just beyond the tree line, Gary's detector sings again. This time, it's a coin, a tiny maravedi, also dating back to the 1600s. Smaller than previous coins found on the island, this one raises new questions. Was it part of a personal stash, a breadcrumb leading toward a larger hoard, or simply dropped in haste by someone who wanted their treasure hidden and forgotten? But the surprises don't stop there. Working alongside Rick Lagina himself, Gary uncovers yet another set of coins. Two King Charles II Britannia pieces from the same era, buried beneath rocks and streaks of pyrite along the shore. One coin bears the date 1771, its markings still sharp despite centuries of erosion. Where did these coins come from? Were they left behind by explorers racing to bury their fortune before being discovered? Or do they mark the presence of a wealthy group, perhaps even the fabled Knights Templar, seeking to conceal their most prized possessions? The finds are small, but their implications are monumental. Each artifact, each scrap of evidence builds a case that Oak Island's secrets may be far greater and far older than anyone dared imagine. The latest discovery had the Oak Island crew buzzing with questions, but also with determination. They knew this was only the beginning. More investigation would be needed, and fast. To truly understand why this moment felt so monumental, we have to journey back to where it all began, to the very heart of Oak Island's legend, the Money Pit. According to folklore, it all started in 1795. Three teenagers, barely 14, stumbled upon a strange depression in the ground. Curious and convinced it was man-made, they began digging. Layer after layer of wooden planks greeted them as they descended, a sign that something or someone had carefully constructed this shaft long ago. But just when excitement peaked, disaster struck. A sudden surge of water from an unknown source flooded the pit. Their hopes were drowned, and so began the enduring mystery of Oak Island. Word of the find spread like wildfire. Treasure hunters from across the globe descended upon the tiny island, convinced that unimaginable riches or priceless relics, were buried beneath its soil. The hunt would span generations, claiming fortunes, lives, and reputations. Yet no one could unlock its secret. Fast forward to the modern era. Enter Rick and Marty Lagina, two brothers bound by a childhood fascination with Oak Island's lore. What began as boyhood wonder had grown into a lifelong obsession. By 2005, fate intervened. A piece of Oak Island went up for sale. Seizing the chance, the brothers pooled their savings, investing half their fortune to acquire 50% of Oak Island Tours, Inc. Their quest was no longer a dream. It was real. Unlike the explorers of the past, the Laginas came armed with tools their predecessors could only imagine. Ground-penetrating radar, high-tech drilling rigs, underwater scanning. The most advanced technology ever brought to Oak Island. Where others saw impassable floods and treacherous traps, Rick and Marty saw opportunity. They were determined to outthink the island's defenses, no matter how cunningly designed. Their relentless drive did not go unnoticed. Soon, the History Channel stepped in, captivated by the brothers' vision and determination. Thus was born The Curse of Oak Island, the hit television series that would transform their personal obsession into a global phenomenon. Audiences around the world followed every twist and turn of the brothers' adventure, every triumph, every heartbreak, every clue that hinted at the island's long-buried truth. With fame came resources. With resources came progress. And progress led to discovery. The Lagina brothers' first major breakthrough came when they turned their focus to Oak Island's swamp, an area long suspected of hiding more than it revealed. What they unearthed shocked even the skeptics: a Spanish copper coin dated to the 17th century. It was hard evidence of early European activity on the island, and it ignited fresh debate. Were the Spanish here to bury treasure or to guard something even more sacred? One of the most fascinating theories surrounding Oak Island's treasure suggests that the riches may have once belonged to none other than King Solomon himself. If true, it would transform the Lagina brothers' quest from a mere treasure hunt into a search for biblical history, a mystery layered with faith, power, and legend. This early breakthrough, the Spanish coin, laid the groundwork for everything that followed. It wasn't just an artifact, it was a promise that Oak Island still had secrets to give up. It fueled Rick and Marty's determination and set the stage for what would become some of the most astonishing discoveries in the show's history. As their journey continued, The Curse of Oak Island gained momentum. The first 2 seasons built the foundation, introducing viewers to the island's riddles and the team's relentless drive. But it was during Season 3 that the adventure truly erupted into something extraordinary. Working alongside historians, divers, and advanced technology experts, Rick and Marty pushed deeper into the unknown. High-powered sonar scans revealed anomalies underground. Borehole drilling unearthed objects no one could have predicted, relics that hinted at a forgotten world beneath Oak Island's soil. Among these finds were a Roman sword and a Portuguese carving, evidence that this tiny island off Nova Scotia might have been visited by explorers far earlier than anyone believed. And then came the most jaw-dropping revelation of all: proof suggesting the Aztecs themselves may have reached Oak Island centuries ago, their influence woven into the island's cryptic symbols and structures. For Rick Lagina, every discovery felt deeply personal. Oak Island wasn't just about gold or jewels. It was about uncovering untold stories, the echoes of lives long forgotten. To him, each dig site was like turning the page of an ancient novel, where every artifact carried whispers from the past. Rick often compared life itself to a treasure hunt, each person following their own winding path, seeking meaning and fulfillment along the way. For the Lagina brothers, Oak Island became the embodiment of that journey, a living metaphor for curiosity, persistence, and hope. Their greatest breakthrough in Season 3 came in the form of an astonishing artifact, a French map dated 1647. Written entirely in French, the map depicted strange symbols and key markers, an anchor, a valve, a hatch, clues left behind by hands long gone. Unlike previous explorers, Rick and Marty now had guidance, a roadmap pointing toward Oak Island's most elusive secrets. But the map held even deeper mysteries. Certain markings hinted at a connection far from Nova Scotia, possibly to Africa itself. Could Oak Island's treasure have traveled halfway across the world before finding its final resting place here? The theory only deepened the intrigue and broadened the scope of their quest. And then, in one of the most unexpected twists of all, whispers emerged, linking Oak Island's mystery to the Titanic disaster. According to some accounts, Vincent Astor, heir to the powerful Astor family, had personally invested in the Oak Island excavations. His obsession? The belief that the island might conceal nothing less than the mythical Ark of the Covenant. The tale takes a tragic turn, knowing that his father, John Jacob Astor IV, perished in the Titanic's sinking, forever tying two of history's greatest mysteries together. But Oak Island's story doesn't stop there. Among the voices that have added depth to this mystery is Harvard naturalist and archaeologist Barry Fell. Fell proposed a theory that stunned the academic world. He believed the strange engravings on Oak Island were carved by Coptic Christians from North Africa. If true, this would mean the island had been visited centuries before European explorers ever set foot on Nova Scotia's shores, tying Oak Island to an entirely different chapter of human history. The impact of Oak Island's mystery has stretched far beyond the island itself. The Curse of Oak Island isn't just a show. It has inspired people around the world. During Hurricane Harvey, one fan facing devastating floods saved his home by using an idea he learned from the series, the Aquadam system, proving that the lessons from the treasure hunt can have real-world consequences. And then there's scholar Joyce Steele, who has challenged nearly every common theory about Oak Island, pushing the conversation into bold new directions. With the discovery of a structurally intact tunnel, her radical proposals are being revisited, sparking debates among historians and treasure hunters alike. This tunnel may very well be the most significant breakthrough in the island's 200-year-long history. For generations, people have argued over what lies beneath Oak Island, some claiming it's nothing more than natural rock formations, others swearing it hides something of unimaginable value. Now, with this new find, the answer could finally be within reach. If the tunnel leads to a hidden chamber filled with artifacts, documents, or relics, it wouldn't just rewrite Oak Island's story, it could rewrite history itself. From the Knights Templar to the Spanish explorers, from Freemasons to Viking legends, every theory could finally be tested. Yet, the island remains treacherous. Its infamous flood tunnels and booby traps have ruined countless excavations in the past. What if this tunnel is another trap? What if it's designed not to protect treasure, but to mislead explorers into chasing shadows? These are the questions Rick and Marty Lagina must face as they stand at the edge of history. Even if this tunnel doesn't lead to the fabled treasure, it promises something just as valuable: answers. Each clue, each artifact, brings them one step closer to solving the mystery that has captivated generations. And this time, with cutting-edge technology, a skilled team, and the world watching, the Laginas have the best chance anyone has ever had of unlocking Oak Island's secret. The pressure has never been higher. Remote cameras, sonar imaging, and ground-penetrating radar are mapping every inch of this labyrinth beneath their feet. But Oak Island has a way of guarding its secrets. Every discovery, no matter how groundbreaking, seems to lead to even deeper mysteries. Will this be the moment Oak Island finally gives up its greatest secret? Or will history repeat itself, leaving yet another generation with more questions than answers? One thing is certain: the legend of Oak Island is far from over, and the next chapter might just change everything. So stay tuned, because what happens next could rewrite the very history we thought we knew. If you're fascinated by Oak Island's secrets, make sure you subscribe and join us as we continue to unravel this centuries-old mystery. And if you're ready to explore more thrilling adventures, from ancient civilizations to modern-day treasure hunts, click on one of the videos on your screen now and dive into the next great discovery. The chest has been pulled from the ground. The footage may have been erased, but the mystery is only getting deeper. In the last episode, we uncovered the strange symbols, the Masonic carvings, and the leaked video that sent shockwaves through the Oak Island community. But what happened next might be even more shocking. Just days after that discovery, new scans of the island revealed something no one expected: an even larger chamber, hidden deeper than any tunnel explored before. A chamber so massive, so perfectly constructed, that experts are calling it impossible for its time. And inside this chamber, metal readings stronger than anything ever detected on Oak Island. Could this be the true heart of the island's secret? A vault untouched for centuries? Or is it something far more dangerous? The very reason governments and secret agencies have been watching this place for decades. In this video, we go inside the newest discoveries, the latest clues, and the chilling events that have unfolded since that chest was unearthed. Because Oak Island may finally be ready to reveal its greatest secret, but not without a price.